What's up, y'all? This is Rockmost, and you are now checking out atlhiphop.com.
atlhiphop.com, chilling out with Rockmost. What's good, bro?
What's happening, brother?
Chilling, man, chilling.
Word.
So start off for the people who may not be familiar with, Rockmost and your music. You know what I'm saying? Tell them about yourself.
Well, hip hop producer, DJ, MC. Been in Atlanta doing my thing since about '92. So I've been around for a minute. Originally from Ohio, small town called Ravenna, just outside of Cleveland. And I've been doing this hip hop thing for a long time. It's kind of my passion.
Now, when you say your passion, man, what drives you to do it?
I just love it, man. The MCing thing, the production thing, it's all different catalysts, if you will. MCing, I love controlling the crowd, man. There's nothing like being on stage and kind of being the puppet master, making people do and say what you ask them to do. It's a bit of an ego thing, just to be completely honest. Production, I think that's more my geeky side, like the ability to put things together and make this sound like that, and just the whole craft of it. And then DJing is making everybody go, oh, let's patrol it, So back to the ego thing again. Just making people dance and allowing people to have a good time, man, is definitely a lot of my inspiration.
Now when I say rock, mother, y'all mother, better say mo. Say it with me now. Rock, mother, rock, mother, rock, mother. Now when I say rock, mother, y'all mother, better say mo. Say it right now. Rock, mother, rock, mother. In a perfect world, I probably go away. In other words, a treat, but I don't know that way. I stay on the path, that's the only way. Then pop out on that like a stowaway. Whoops, pop, surprise. Should've seen those eyes when this was realizing I was really rising and shining on them like my homegirl book say. I think I'm Ice Cube, this is a good day. So if you're trying to sign my death certificate, America wants most. Don't be ridiculous. Keep wishing it, unlikely you'll be getting it. Keep dreaming to stop sleeping and take time to witness it. It's the truth, this what God love. The shit you wish you would've thought of. I came to rock the hit house. If you ain't trying to get up, yo, better get out. Come on.
To Atlanta back in around '92.
Yeah.
What was it like when you first got here? And you said being from Ohio. How was the scene in Ohio versus what you saw when you got to Atlanta?
Well, part of the reason I left Ohio was because it was the pre-Bone Thugs and Harmony days, and there wasn't really much of a hip-hop scene at all. R&B, yeah, of course we had a lot of things popping off on that, but it was very different, man. It was the pre-Outkast, pre-Goody Mob era, so just like everybody else in the world, New York and or LA were your prototypes for hip-hop.
Okay.
It was pre-Dirty South, you know what I mean? And I think somewhere between then and now, a lot has changed in terms of people's motivation for why they even do music and how they do it. I think there was a lot more creativity back then. Like Goody Mob and the cats used to be on the Pass the Mic show with Ryan Cameron, hosting that joint at the Phoenix, and everybody that was on it, my man Power Born was on there, and everybody that was on there, the winners were the cats that were the most original.
Now you became a member of quite a few groups here and led into a group called MCs. So talk about how that came into being.
We had a crew prior to that called Pitch Black Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We had found a started a label with one of our homeboys who had some unexplained money. And he bought us a studio, whatever. And that's kind of what kind of put us in the game, because around that time, me and my man Power Born, we were writing for the Capers, better known as like KP from KP and Envy and Rashida and the group they had back in the day. And so we were some of the few cats on our level that had like real equipment. Like we had MPC, Reel to Reel, right, Proteus racks and all that, all the little fly stuff in that era. So that drew a lot of attention from bigger people in the game. That's where that same studio is where Lil Jon was learning to make beats. You know what I mean? And you had cats like Jazzo would come through, cats like Fife Dog would come through, and Dinko and all. Like we were like those young cats that everybody was like, yo, these young kids got some, they got some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We started Black Hand Entertainment. And in Black Hand, you had me, you had my man Powerball, my man Soul Power, you had DJ Lord was part of that crew. My man Stan Steen was in that crew. So a bunch of us. We were like kind of like the Wu-Tang in Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Right.
That crew, we did our thing, did a lot of big shows, a lot of memorable moments, things of that nature. And then after that, I think in 2009, I dropped For Love Is Only, my first solo joint. And
you got a lot of critical response on that first joint.
yeah, man, it did okay. I got a couple good write-ups, even more so at Rise and Shine. A lot of great write-ups. Got a lot of shows, traveled. Got to travel, see the country.
Right.
For Love Is Only, got to rock over in Costa Rica. You know what I mean? So.
We'll talk about Rise and Shine and what was the difference or the growth between the first album and the second album.
For Love Is Only actually came from a song by General Kane, and it was a theme song for a Quiet Storm type radio show back in Cleveland.
Okay.
And so I found it, chopped it up, and actually that gave me the concept for the album as opposed to the other way around. I was like, well, let's sample For Love Is Only and chop that joint up. And it came out banging. It was like classic hip hop. Boom, boom,
And
boom. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, it's my concept.
now talk about who you worked with on the Rise and Shine album, because you did a good deal of production, but you also had some other cats too, right?
Yeah, I had my man Trusky the Transmitter. Shout out to him. Still working with him, of course. My man Jahai also did a track on there, and I also did a collabo with Illustrate DT. We did a track together, Kill the Feed, which also featured Clandestine. In terms of lyrical guests, I had Trusky the Transmitter, my man Stan Steen Smith, Bug Brown, Jahai also sang and rapped on the song we produced. So I just kind of reached out to some of my people and tried to make it happen.
So talk about the new series that's coming out.
The new project, RMFM, is basically a series of EPs. This time around, I took my time and I did 30-something songs. And instead of putting out one EP or one album and putting all my time and effort into that to shine for 6 months, I'm like, why not break it down into pieces and give it to you a little bit at a time? And courses like a meal or like a clothing line or something. You know what I'm saying? So I did the spring collection, the summer collection, the fall collection, and the winter collection. The spring collection is coming out on April 3rd. Each song kind of references the RMFM acronym in some way or fashion. So it's not just all about me and being full of myself and nothing like that. It's definitely got a little more depth to it than what it may seem like on the surface.
So what else is new and what's in the future for Rockmost?
That's pretty much as far as I can see in the future right now, man. Scrambling to get these projects done. We just finished mastering the first EP. Aside from that, just try to keep rocking some parties, you know what I mean, doing my thing on that tip, and hopefully doing some more production here too, I don't know what's gonna happen after RMFM. I've done a lot with my music, and it might be time for a transformation. I don't know. I'll have to keep you posted.
Word up. Well, tell everybody where they can get the new music at. The date again is April 3rd, you said?
April 3rd, it will be available online, iTunes, all the usual spots, but also visit rockmostmusic.com. There you can check out all my videos, download music, new and old. Just keep up with the movement, you know what I'm saying? That's the hub, rockmostmusic.com.
Word up. Appreciate you taking the time out, brother, to talk to us today.
Hey, always, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir.
Peace.